Hey guys, it's Juan here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, don't forget to subscribe down below. And today I'll be giving you guys a Pei Wei Mukbang. And I'll dig in. So today I'm going to randomly talk to you guys about famous Hispanic Americans. And what I mean by Hispanic Americans is Hispanic Americans who were born here but have Hispanic parents. So I'll comment to you about like what I think about each of these Hispanic Americans that I can think of throughout this mukbang. This is what I usually get from Pei Wei. It's just noodles and chicken. But a few Hispanic Americans I want to think of is the reason why I even wanted to bring this up is the fact that in October it's Hispanic Heritage Month. So, but in this case, I want to talk a lot about Hispanic Americans. So, the first one I want to think of is Dr. Ellen Ochoa. I think she's amazing. And what she did is that she's the first Hispanic American woman born in LA but with Mexican parents who flew to the moon. And she has a doctorate degree because she's an engineer. And I think that's amazing. Like, I didn't even know who she was until like a few months ago. And that's making history there. I think that she's amazing for being such a representation within the Hispanic American community. Another one who I also think has not done so much, but like also made history is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's also known as AOC. Some people call her AOC. And she is the first Hispanic American to enter Congress, the first Hispanic American congresswoman, and the youngest congresswoman that the House has ever had. Then, whether you're Democrat or Republican, I don't care what your political party is, I just think that's mind blowing to already have a Hispanic American from the Bronx with, I believe, Puerto Rican parents to already enter Congress. One that also gets to me, that a bunch of people, we all learn about this dude in elementary school, but then he tends to be brushed off a lot, is Cesar Chavez. He did something about like labor, something like that. I know in San Antonio and in LA there's a Cesar Chavez Street. And the crazy thing is that in both cities, Cesar Chavez Street is located in downtown LA and in downtown San Antonio. Even though I've never been to LA, but I've seen on Google Maps that there is a Cesar Chavez Street. He's okay. At least he really didn't do anything bad, from what I know of. Another Hispanic American I can think of that I adore is Selena. Obviously, she's queen. It's so sad to see how she passed away in such a horrific way. It still gets to me to this day. And what I loved about Selena so much is not only who she was as an entertainer, that she didn't choreograph any of her dances. It's the fact of how pure she was. And she's the only Hispanic American figure. In this case, she was a Texan and I'm a Floridian. It's sad to say, like, in the celebrity world, that's like the only person who I can relate to, because Selena, she loved to eat. Like, she could eat a whole medium pizza by herself and the Coke, and she wasn't really a picky eater, and she ate all kinds of stuff, which I could relate to. She loved to dance. I love to dance too. She had black hair, tan, brown eyes like I do. And I just relate to Selena so much. And fun fact, I remember sometimes even in my family, some people would call me Seleno because I can relate to Selena so much. And I've had people at school sometimes that they would say, "Oh, Juan reminds me of Selena for some reason." I love Selena. Like, her career would have been so big if it weren't for what happened. Yeah, her story gets to me. Let's see, next Hispanic American on the list, Jennifer Lopez. I like J Lo, but I don't know why. Like, I do love her music or whatnot, and her performances and stuff, but like, she doesn't grab my attention like how Selena does. Like, Selena was just the full package. Oh my god, I'm feeling a bit emotional just talking about Selena, because I just love her. Like, everything about Selena. Like, and I can relate to her so much in so many different ways. I wouldn't even be able to record everything that I can tell you guys on how much I can relate to Selena. She was a lover. Even though some of you guys might look at me weird and be like, Juan, like, you make it sound like if you know her or whatnot. But the reason why I say this is because, like, if you watch her sister's interviews when she would talk about her sister and her dad, and when she would talk about herself, like when she would present herself or whatnot, it's so true, and it just piles onto the package. Yeah. Let's see, another Hispanic American. I like Selena Gomez. Besides Selena, even though, fun fact, Selena Gomez was named after Selena, and I believe she's from Grand Prairie, Texas. I love Texas. Texas is probably, of the states that I've gone to so far, Texas is my favorite. I love the food. I love the vibe. It's a lot more chill. Florida's something else. But Texas, oh my god. I would love to go back to Texas any day. San Antonio, oh my god. I've been to the Selena Museum actually. I would have fainted if I had the chance to meet the family. Oh my god. At the same time, I feel like I wouldn't even have a pulse. Like, for me to be able to meet the family, like, I would be speechless. If, who knows, even though I didn't see the family when I went to the Selena Museum, but like, I would have definitely have fainted. Because I just love everything about Selena. Like, I can't list you guys not one thing that I don't like about Selena. Yeah. I would be curious to know if she were still alive, if she still would have been with Chris. Or how many kids she would have had with Chris. But there's another Hispanic American I could think of. Oh my god. There's so many. I'm loving these noodles. Oh wait, Jenny Rivera. Can't take out Jenny Rivera out of this list. I love Jenny Rivera. That's another Hispanic American I look up to. In this case, she's from Long Beach, California. She was born in Long Beach. I know she went to school with Snoop Dogg. They went to high school together. And what I like about Jenny Rivera, and what inspires me a lot about Jenny Rivera, is how strong of a woman she was. And my God, I don't want to get emotional. The thing is about Jenny Rivera is that what I love about her so much is not only her music, and is I just loved how she never gave up and she hustled so much, and her life was dramatic. I feel like her life would have been perfect for a Hispanic soap opera. No joke. Cause that woman, she lived through everything, all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, it really is crazy how she was able to be successful because, mind you, she was born in Long Beach. Her family, she had just moved, like her parents and stuff, they had just moved from Sonora, Mexico into Los Angeles, specifically in the Long Beach area. And for her to come from a poor neighborhood, and then she lived in Compton at one time, and you guys know that Compton isn't really that pretty of an area. So the point is that she went through a lot of crazy struggles, in the sense that she got pregnant at 15, that then she gets married with her husband, then there was some domestic violence that went on, and it's crazy how every time she fell, how every time she fell, she came back right up with her 2 feet, and that inspires me a lot to be stronger, whatnot, because like she went through the abuse with her husband, and with her first husband, and then the whole like stuff between her daughters and her sister, and then after that she remarries, but in this case she remarried when she remarried a fan, and then with that fan, then there was some other thing that went on, and then the crazy thing, you guys, is that as crazy of a storm like this woman was going through, she kept blooming, and that really inspired me, that with whatever life gives you, to keep blooming, like to don't trash your dreams away, as bad the storm may seem, to keep going, because whatever life gives you, it's for a reason. It really is. And everybody has a different journey, because life, you guys, life is not going to give you something that it knows that you can't handle. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just saying it how it is. And then for her to remarry again after having 5 kids, and then for that marriage to go bad again, like, it's like, wow, like, she went through so much pain, and yet she was still so happy. She worked her butt off, and she loved to work, and she just hustled, like someone who went from living in a garage in Long Beach, California, to then living in this big mansion that was customized. Mind you, she customized this house, going from a garage to then this big house in Encino. Not a house, it was a mansion in Encino. It's just crazy. Like, it really teaches you guys that working is the success. Like, her life really was Hispanic soap opera. Like, you can even Google it. Like, all the stuff she went through and how much they suffered with the family and how she ended up blooming at 3,000 miles per hour. Her story hits me. Sometimes we complain about what's going on in our lives, and then there's some people who have a story that's 10 times worse than yours. And the way she passed away, though, my God, that also hit me too. Because, like, I actually remember the day she passed away. I remember I was in 7th grade in middle school. And I remember even one random classmate of mine said, "Oh, he randomly told my English teacher in 7th grade. He was like, "Oh, miss, you didn't know that Jenny Rivera died?" And then she was like, "What?" Like, yeah, it was so random. Like, I actually remember the day she passed away. I was in middle school sitting in class, and then some kid, he was like, "Oh," like he was randomly announcing it. "Oh, you didn't know you guys Jenny Rivera died?" And I was like, "What?" But she was such a butterfly. Oh my God, like I can't express it enough. Like her story, how she went from nothing to something. But the sad thing is the way she died, which was in a plane crash. And I can't imagine like an an uncle or whoever telling you that your mom passed away in a plane accident, and to 5 kids, mind you, because the woman had 5 kids, and then and then your grandkids not being able to see you as they grow up. That's tough, because she was already a grandma when she passed away. I know there's a mural of Jenny Rivera in Long Beach, and it's called Mariposa del Barrio, which translates to the butterfly of the neighborhood. And they made like a little park, like Jenny Rivera Park, which is off Walnut Avenue, I think is the name of the street where the Jenny Rivera Park is. Yeah. That's all I really have to say to you guys. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And comment down below, please. Comment down below, please. And my Instagram is at Aloha ITS1. I know I've been changing my main Instagram's username a lot. It's because I haven't really been that happy with the name. So keep me up in the socials and see you till next time. Bye, guys.